Hello friends, this is some striking footage. The ground drone of an operator from the Omega team of the Ukrainian Special Forces encounters a horde attack drone in the middle of the night. So, risking everything, he launches his vehicle at full speed to ram and disable the Russian drone before it can explode. The encounter was recorded by the drone's thermal cameras, and in this case it was saved only because luck was on its side this time. As he continues his mission, he is hit by a tracer round from a heavy machine gun, so he decides to call it a night and head back home. The moral of the video is that everyone makes their own luck. In this footage, we see how Ivan thinks he came, saw, and conquered, but one of the warrior Mosquitoes comes to set him straight before the invader gets too comfortable. The video is so illustrative of the locals' hospitality that the Defender's Immigration Service will start using it to show what will happen to any invader who enters without a visa from the Ukrainian government. The operators of a Ukrainian team of ground robotic systems received an alert that the invaders were concentrating a significant group of forces in the building of an old school in Novoselivka, Donetsk Oblast. Before they could move toward their objective at the front, the defenders sent a ground robot that, instead of carrying supplies, was loaded to the brim with explosives. The tourists were busy planning their incursion, so they didn't notice the approach of the drone until it entered the building, at which point it went into party mode, ruining Ivan's meeting. Now the invaders are on their way to greet the Artemis II spacecraft on its return from the moon. Don't have tanks? No problem. Give your orcs Chinese motorcycles and send them across the steppe as fast as possible. There are swarms of furious warrior mosquitoes. You can't stop to check on your colleagues because the mosquito with your winning number is already after you. So you'd better run. It's over. Get well soon, Ivan. On the outskirts of Konstantinivka, the invading Federation's forces tried to dig in and defend their positions inside some buildings in order to finish off the defenders who were attacking them. They didn't expect that the warriors from the Safari Regiment of the Lyud Brigade would use a different approach and simply brought down the building using demolition charges. Good luck digging a tunnel to get out of the rubble. Here we have the Unmanned Systems Battalion of the 92nd Assault Brigade carrying out a systematic clearing of the invaders operating on the Novo-Oleksandrivka or Blas-Saporila front, where you can already see that spring has arrived, making it easier to search for the intruders, those who usually hide in any building they find in the steppes. Because, well, it's the only thing that offers them any cover. That forces the Mosquitoes to have to go into direct combat room by room, where sometimes Ivan gets lucky and can escape. I've been curious about the fragment dispersion pattern of the fragmentation grenades carried by Ukrainian warrior Mosquitoes. And thanks to the kind cooperation of this invader, we can clear up the doubt. Now he is being followed by Magyar's birds. They send him an airborne gift, and he has his final encounter with Ivan inside the container where he had taken refuge. To make sure the visitor received the proper level of attention, another mosquito arrives. When it peeks in where the visitor is taking his last nap, it lets us see the amount of shrapnel his colleagues scattered when it exploded. It's true, many move around and efficiently neutralize tourists. Now they just need to explode less than 3 meters away and it would be game over for him or the invaders. This photo shows the types of fragments used as shrapnel. It's remarkable how a 21st century weapon like the Ukrainian mutant attack drones are permanently taking out horde vehicles that were produced in the 1950s. Well, in any case, it's just another day at the office, and it's the job that needs to be done to send Ivan back home. Since Starlink was disconnected, the need for alternative satellite communication systems has become urgent for the invaders. That's why they developed the Spirit 030 portable satellite terminal, which is appearing in large numbers near the front. This antenna is excellent. It doesn't get in the way much, it's easy to install, we have no problems with it, and it makes our job easier. They provide us with a complete service. They are less bulky than the Starlink terminals, but they can still be detected and destroyed by the Mosquito drones. The command of the defenders has determined that these antennas are priority targets, so they must be destroyed as soon as they are discovered, since Ivan cannot be allowed to regain his internet connection. Ukraine has offered its proven expertise in restoring freedom of navigation to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the critical point through which approximately 20% of the world's oil and natural gas passes, which has been severely affected since Iran's retaliatory actions following the joint attacks by the United States and Israel, February 28, 2026. Volodymyr Zelensky declared that Ukraine is willing to share its know-how. From the Black Sea, where its forces overcame the Russian naval blockade, they weakened the Black Sea Fleet. And they established protected corridors using naval drones, interceptors, electronic warfare, and coordinated operations, if international partners formally request it. The proposal is based on Ukrainian capabilities with surface drones, other manned vehicles, and heavy combat drones to counter threats like mines, small boats, helicopters, and missiles, tactics similar to those used by Iran to restrict transit. Traffic through the strait has dropped drastically from about 138 ships per day under normal conditions to very low levels in recent weeks. Zelensky noted this collaboration could be included in broader agreements with Gulf countries, involving weaponry and defense technology supplies in exchange for support in his systems, missiles, and security operations. This initiative highlights Ukraine's evolution from a recipient of aid to a provider of innovative solutions in international maritime security. Wouldn't it be remarkable if Agent Orange had to call Zelensky to ask for help to get out of the mess he got himself into? What do you think of those letters, Donald? This is a video from the first months of the invasion, where we can see a group of Ukrainian police officers mobilized in the National Guard. They used 2 RPG-7 grenade launchers with high explosive warheads to take out a couple of the invaders' tanks, which can be seen burning in the background. Those letters? Once the job of eliminating the orcs is done, it's time to take a selfie. Great work, defenders. You spotted 2 tanks ahead. Let's go. Good job, guys. Fire in Ukraine. To finish, spring is coming, and with it, life returns to Ukraine and also to the front, as shown by the presence of this little friend of the defenders. Amid so much destruction and neutralization of orcs, it's still possible to enjoy a brief moment of peace. If you want to see additional content about the war in Ukraine, I invite you to visit our 2 new channels where we present information about the war in a different format. Don't forget to check them out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Lastly, visit our store where you can find items inspired by some of Ukraine's most outstanding units. Carry history with you, and with every purchase, you'll be supporting the United 24 program, which directly supports reconstruction programs, aid to the civilian population, and defense. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.